Oh no. Screwed that up. Hello, Ace. How are you? I am back. I got back Saturday. It's Tuesday. I gotta go back to work on Tuesday. Sucks. Anyway, here I am. I thought I'd do a little flugen and bring you along with me. I've been playing a little bit of IL-2 Korea, the campaign, the Commander's campaign, whatever it's called. I kind of like it. It's very nostalgic feeling. So if you're my age or older, yeah, it's got sort of that vibe, you know, like it's unrealistic, but that's okay, you know. You're just like, just get more pilots, get more airplanes, and order more fuel and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of digging that. It's a little repetitive, but I was also thinking like, so's war. War's pretty repetitive. Kind of just take off and do the same thing over and over again and hope for a different outcome. But the AI is still a little janky. I don't know if it's me. It's probably me. It could be me. But you know, if I have a one-on-one dogfight with another jet, like it's just a circle jerk. We just fly around in circles until we run out of gas. Because I think the planes are just so, you know, comparative. Like they're the same stats essentially. So as long as you just keep the same turn in, you're never gonna catch up. So anyway. Data Flight Sim, welcome back. Thank you. California, thank you. Afro says handling busy with something at the moment. I'm assuming it's business. But once I'm free, I'll support your stream. Well, thank you. IL-2 leaves early access in 2 hours. 2 hours, you say? Is that a joke? Like, what happens then? Is there great fanfare? Is the AI suddenly better? It's still not as bad as Flying Circus. When Flying Circus first came out, which I love Flying Circus, everyone knows. If you didn't, you do now. But the AI was terrible. They would literally just fly in a circle. They would not try to do anything else. They would just fly in a circle. At least these guys are kind of maneuvering around. But I was watching some guy's video. He was doing a campaign and he did like this bomber escort mission, and he was talking about how the AI barely did anything. They just kind of like lazily attacked some of the bombers. The bombers didn't really fight back, so you know. But anyway, no confidence on better AI, but should be more map servers up. Okay, so that's for the the multiplayer dudes and dudettes. Roger that. I am not there. I'm not good at that. I'm not good against dogfighting other humans because they're crafty, and I'm not good at that. What else is new? What have you guys been up to? It's been a long time. Like I said, I got home Saturday, which was the 1st, and I was gone since the 7th. Gulf stream complete. It was actually probably one of the easiest check rides of my life, if I'm being honest. And I don't mean that as a slight towards the instructors or anything like that. I think after like your second or third jet, it all starts, it's the same, right? So like, oh, the gears on the left side hydraulics. Okay, cool. Like the last two planes, you know. Electrical's always weird because it just messes with my head. Yeah, kind of flies like a jet. I guess after a while, fly enough jets, they all kind of fly the same. So, but smooth. I haven't flown the real thing yet. I go out Tuesday to do my initial stuff, but if it's anything like the simulator, which the simulators are pretty, you know, they're pretty good, full motion, all that jazz. But easiest steep turns of my life. Flew with a HUD, first time actually flying something with a HUD, and I think the plane that I'm assigned to actually does have the HUD because my team leader posted a picture with the HUD in there. So that'll be exciting. My partner did not like the HUD. He's not a HUD guy. but he doesn't play video games. So, but it was cool. Had a FLIR camera. It's got a FLIR, so you can see through the weather a little bit. Yeah, a lot more buttons than the Challenger. It's more like a 737 in that regard. A lot of this, a lot of clicking and stuff. So I do have to study some more just to keep sharp on the edge where I gotta be. But we'll head out Tuesday for a week of flying, and then I'll be home for 6 days, and then I'll go back out for a week. I don't know. We'll see how much my training gets, because it's really an hours requirement. It's nothing more than that. But the Gulfstreams don't fly as much at my company, which I'm looking forward to. Don't get me wrong. More pay, less flying, roger that. But it may take a couple trips, whereas in the Challenger, I got all that stuff knocked out and then some in one trip. And then I got to do my upgrade stuff, because technically I'm upgrading to captain, so I got to do more training and do all the upgrade stuff. So it's gonna be a busy couple of weeks, and my new pay doesn't kick in until I finish all this, so I'm really anxious to get it done, because I need the new pay. I'm on training pay right now, which I don't like. But anyway, let me get caught up here. California says he's about to go to sleep. He's flying this weekend. Okay, welcome back. Cheers on the new gig. It is a nice jet. Yep. Glad to have back. Thank you. Back on Twitch. Hello. Sheepskin seat cover. I don't know. You know, it's always that fuzzy stuff. You know, I don't know what it's made out of. I don't think it's real sheepskin. Maybe it is. I don't know. Spending time in the F-14. Yeah, I'm gonna jump in there. It's funny. I jumped in the other day, and there's a couple things that are very similar to the Gulfstream. We'll talk about it. I'll jump in. There's just a couple things where I'm like, oh, that's the same as in the jet. The new Vergonki sigh at me. For what? What would they sigh at me for? I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while. Let's see if I did this right. I don't have any plan here. I'm just jumping in to fly around. Thought I might fly this a little bit, fly the F4 a little bit, and then I don't know. I might go over to IL-2 Korea. Of course, I don't know if it's going live in 2 hours. Well, I'll be over there before 2 hours. I don't know. I don't. There must have been a huge update while I was gone, because it downloaded for 1,000 years when I turned on IL-2. So I don't know. Well, we'll jump in here in a second. You guys, what else is going on? What did I miss? What have I missed while I was gone? I wasn't paying attention too much. I did go have dinner with Wolfpack 345. If you don't know who he is, Google him. He's much more important than me. But we went to the Warhammer store locally and looked around, and then we went to dinner. We got Mexican food, and we talked about IL-2, and we talked about DCS, and we talked about flying and his full-time job of content creating. And yeah, he's doing very well. He's very successful, and I'm happy for him. So that was fun to see him. It's our second date. More Corsair time. Yeah, you know, God, I would like to get back into Corsair. There's so much I'd like to do. My time is limited. And I didn't think I would like the F-14, but I do. I don't know. DCS MiG 17 hype is picking up. See, I'm not a MiG guy, and certainly not old MiGs, but no. Operation Wags was over the weekend, and second weekend is coming up. Okay. Yeah, I got approached to buy it, but I was going to be gone, and then, yeah, so I hadn't paid much attention to it. I hadn't talked to Wags probably, I guess, about a couple weeks. But when I did speak to him, he was doing okay. They broke the Corsair, they fixed it and broke it again. Rinse, repeat, but it's still amazing. Flew the 64 again recently, like I never left. Yeah, I tell you too, with like the Moza or any other force feedback, flying helicopters is a good time.
I'm gonna send you up against the best.
All right. Oh wow, that something's not right here. Something's not right. Hang on. Whoa. Why does it look like that? Hang on a tick. We're gonna fix this live. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh. Okay. Why can't I see? Not sure why that was so messed up. Okay. Oh, the new version of the Tomcat is so much more my thing than the old. Yeah, I think that's why I like it more, because it's a little bit more my jam. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's some similarities. Let me, well, let me get away from these buildings and I'll put the wings out. The HUD. The HUD is like these old analog thing. That's what it looks like in the Gulfstream. At least my Gulfstream. That was interesting. What is this? This is like a road. Oh well, we're taking the road. I'm confident we can make it. I don't know where I am. I just plopped it down on a run. Whoa! On a runway. I might get stuck. My feet are IL-2 set up right now because I was playing that a minute ago. You went ahead with the Tomcat upgrade after saying no. Yeah, I understand. And I'll be honest, you know, again, I have the other Tomcat, but I never play it. I probably, if they would have not gotten me involved in the release, I probably wouldn't have touched it. But I'm glad I did. I enjoy it. Anything that drops bombs makes me happy. All right, let's wings out. So this is the other thing that I thought was interesting. It kind of irritates me in the real jet or in the Gulfstream is so I've got the throttles at idle and we've got our little, you know, our spoilers essentially popped out. But if I put the throttle forward just a little bit, they pop down. That's the way it is in the Gulfstream. So when you've got the ground spoilers armed, your weight on wheels, blah, 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 and you're at idle, then they pop up. So we were taught to like put one throttle a little bit forward so that they're not up, which I don't really care if they're up. I don't know. Like, they're like, oh, people laugh at you. I'm like, oh, I don't, you know, people laugh at me all the time. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Anyways, let's see. I think my nose wheel steering is still active, so lock this throttle. All right, here we go. I can remember how to do this.
You're way too fast.
Be quiet. It's funny, she pops up on my little screen here. I don't know if that's on my Moza screen. Get up. Get up. Oh god. My trim is way not set. Also, that little speed carrot is also kind of on the HUD for the Gulfstream, which I thought was interesting. Anyway. Oh, let's see. Still having getting just to work today on bombs. Yeah, I mean the queuing is pretty simple with Jester. Not terrible. Let's see. I enjoy having a flight path marker that shows you where I actually go. Yes, 100%. Yeah, this is the bare minimum for me for a HUD. I gotta have this, and I don't mind the analog. I mean, I guess if I had to choose, I prefer this, but I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hope you're well, doing well as well. Yeah, let's see if we can get Jester to work. I'm pretty sure I brought a pod. I hope so. Yeah, I see pod. All right, good. So let's see. I did some mapping here. I gotta fix this thing. Pod is not ready. I've never seen that. That must be new release type stuff.
Okay.
I didn't mean to choose Mark 82s. I thought I picked JDAMs. Oops. Well, guess we're doing that then.
The laser's on.
All right. Enjoy your dinner. Mark 82 low drag. I've never actually used the dumb bombs, I don't think. I don't even know. Oops. What's I got to do? I don't like the new
Roger.
the new Jester. What? What in the world? Something's not right there. Something's not right. Something's changed. Let's see. A master arm on and cover open. Yeah, that's what it should be. That's what's happening. That's weird. I don't know why that's not working. I've watched the video, but for some reason their Jester menu looks different than what I see on mine. Well, it did change from the early access, but that looks terrible. I don't like that. I like the one they had for the early access or the preview. I don't like that at all. Master caution. Uh-oh. What did we do? Oh well. Oh, somehow we're in emergency mode. What's happened? What did we do? Why are the wings in emergency mode? What's happened back there? Not good. We're gonna have to RTB. I've never actually seen it going on. Maybe? No, I guess probably not. I guess it didn't. Do you have to do that? I feel like I've probably forgotten it once before at least. Well, whatever, we'll drop these bombs and we'll call it good. Let's see, how do I do that? Just find something out here.
Roger. Going to area track. Roger. Okay. Going to area track. Okay, designating that target. Valid laser range.
All right. See if I can bombs or something. Oh, there it is. Oops. Then we'll just respawn and I'll try that again. I screwed something up. was a little bit of a shaky drop. Oh my god. I'm so good. Whew. I'm so good. All right, we'll just what do I gotta do? Just restart. So that may be what it is. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, it might be it. Might be it. All right. Unterschlau. I always forget about this fucking break. Alright, I think we have plenty of runway. We'll take the whee. I was just glad that when I got back and downloaded it for real that it kept all my settings. Would have made me super sad. Oh, whoa. Easy, friend. Whoa, whoa. There we go. All right. I think we're rocking and rolling now. Good catch, team. Hey, Schoolio. Training was good. Yeah, I was just talking about a little bit ago. It's probably the easiest checker I'd ever had. Just all the jets start to blur together, and they're all kind of the same, you know. So I need to set some trim here. That's the problem with not really doing any performance planning is I don't know what to set. I don't even remember where the trim's at on this bitch. Oh yeah, there it is. I think it was like 8 or something. It was like a good number. All right, close enough. Here we go. And I don't need to go burner. V1, rotate. Much better. Much gooder. Yeah, you know what I mean, Schoolio. Like, that's what I was joking about. Like, oh, the landing gears on the left side hydraulics, Roger. Oh, the PTU, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's just same as it was before, and same as it was before that. But the only thing I don't like about the Gulfstream is the box is a what do you call it? Not a Collins, Honeywell. I mean, it's just as easy, but it's not as robust, I think, as the Collins. There's just not as much you can do with it. Just only the dudes miss me. All right. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Let's see if this master arm works now. Something's wrong with that. Am I reading? I mean, that's. What am I? Adjust controls. Master arm on and cover open. Else, safe and closed. Maybe I should do it this one. Do that. Then we'll do master arm off and cover close. Yeah, I guess it's a button. I don't know. It worked on the last iteration, so I don't know why it doesn't work now. The box, that is the flight management system, essentially. Like on the A10, the CDU, you know, putting in your stuff. I mean, that's how we live and die in the commercial world. That's where you put in your flight plan. That's where you put in, you know, your performance info. That's how you interface with the aircraft and tell it what you're trying to do throughout the flight. Yeah, the Collins is better. I think it's got more. It's just got more options. Again, the Honeywell's doing the same thing. I don't like the flow of it. It doesn't flow the same. And, you know, there's just certain things you could do that I'm not finding that you can do. Of course, you know, I only played with it within the realm of the check ride and prep and stuff. So, but, like the one we had on the Challenger, I mean, you could do all kinds of cool stuff. You could put in like, you know, you fly along, you put in an airport, it would tell you how far you are to that airport, how much fuel you're going to use to get to that airport. Like super handy things when you're trying to get into Aspen and you're holding. I didn't see that option in there. I'll play with it some more, but maybe we'll see. Do you ever miss flying helicopters? No interest in doing that again. Also, congrats on the new jet. Yeah, I mean, I miss flying helicopters to some extent. You know, I'm so far removed from it at this point that I just don't think about it too much. Had those in the C12s, the Proline 2.1 system. Yeah, it's my first Honeywell, so I'm getting used to it. Just seems like a lot more button pushes to get places that I want to go. Plus, I've spent the last, you know, 4 years messing with the Collins, but
Laser armed. Do it.
just are you okay back there? I like the helmet covers. I think this is new. I don't remember seeing these, but I was in the desert earlier and they had like a desert cover. It's kind of cool. Though I don't think the Navy did that. I thought only Marines did that, but I don't know. She is a screamer. I'm so many things I want to say right now. But yeah, good for her.
You got it.
Got it. This interface does make it so easy. They did a really good job with this, I think. Just sort of basic.
Roger that. Switching to area track. Switching to area track.
Basic interaction.
Fine, baby. Designating.
I like that. I don't know, since we have this. No, I think they should change the little gesture face.
Roger.
I don't know if she does this automatically.
Roger that. Roger that.
Let's do pairs. She didn't sound like she was hurt. Something had gone horribly wrong. I don't like shooting that big building. Let's do something else. Oh, my head.
Roger that.
My head is too jittery. Track hour has been acting weird lately. Let's do this.
Okay. Going to point track. Okay, designating.
All right, I like that. All right, drop the bomb. If only George talked. Listen. I would have added some dirty stuff in there. That's fine. But I also kind of railed against Jester being a little too mouthy, so where the fuck is this target at? Oh, it's over here. Hits away! My spot may have been a little off, we'll see. Hooah! How's the book going? Yeah, it's not. Though I made steps. I will tell you I made steps. So this is funny. You guys will appreciate this, or you'll hate me. You might hate me for this. Yeah, squirting jokes. You know where my head was at. So this is wild. So I went to the training I was at CAE in Dallas, and so day one we get in there, and there was 5 other guys from my company, and then there was 3 non-company guys, like Part 91 guys, and the guy says something. One of the guys was talking. He said something about his buddy coming through here and complaining about the iPad, and I was like, what are you talking about, the iPad? And he's like, oh yeah, we all get free iPads. I was like, surely you can't be serious. Then this lady comes rolling in with a cart and gives us all a free brand new iPad. And I was like, why is this happening? Why is this a thing? And it's apparently because so many people used to come through that didn't have iPads for like all the manuals and stuff, because Gulfstream's very digital with their manuals and things. So they were like, it was just easier for us to just buy iPads. Of course, you know, you're spending like 30-40 grand or whatever on the type, so they can afford to throw in, you know, $500 iPad or whatever. But anyway, so what's the point of my story? So I get this iPad, and I didn't really touch it, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna mess with this until I graduate, because if I fail, then I have to turn it back in,
selected.
and that will make me sad. So once I graduated or finished my check ride, because I had to stay for a few more days for some other stuff, I bought a case, or, you know, a whatever folder for it, but it has a keyboard. So, because I was literally writing it like on my iPad, but I was using the touchscreen, you know, it sucks. But anyway, with the new job, like I was saying earlier, the Gulfstreams just don't fly as much. Like, I've been watching my jet, the one that I'm assigned to, for months now, ever since I interviewed, and it does not fly nearly as much as I was in the Challenger. So I think I'll have more time on the road that I can do that, because that's where I was getting anything done. I wasn't doing it at home. I have too much other things going on. I mean, 10 minutes before I went live, I rewired electrical coming out the back of my oven for my microwave, because we were messing with my microwave because it wasn't seated properly, and I told my son to unplug it, and he kind of yanked on it, and the plug, like the receptacle, came loose and arced and shorted everything out. Freaked me out. So I had to buy a new receptacle and cut the wires and splice them all together and all that jazz. So anyway, what is the head tracking and what is the price? This is Trackstar. Somebody in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how much this cost. This was sent to me. I know, I'm embarrassed as well, but you can get Track IR, which is the sensor. You can get the whole kit. I want to say like 150 maybe. And it's been forever since I bought a Track IR system, but I want to say 150 sounds right. And then I have VR, which I need to make a VR video, because they're going to take it back from me. Not that I even really like VR. I want to play IL-2 in VR, because IL-2 was awesome in VR, but I tried the other day and it was acting really janky. But I'll have to try again. Pilots personally foot the bill for the type training, or does the company send you? I mean, you can. I have heard of guys paying for their own type rating, particularly something like a 737 or an Airbus, because they think it's going to give them a leg up on getting hired at like American or something like that, which I don't believe is true, because I don't think, you know, like I was a 737 guy. If American hired me, they weren't going to be like, oh well, you can just skip this phase of training. They're still gonna put you through the training pipelines. I don't know that you're really saving them anything. I could be wrong about that, but I know you're not going to skip training. I highly doubt it. But I have heard of guys doing it. Yeah, it doesn't say it. Yeah, they're still going to put you through their training. The only way I can see it being of value is if you're trying to get some sort of Part 91 job, which what that means is like you're working for somebody who owns a plane, right? So Mr. Johnson owns a Gulfstream he's looking for pilots and you want that job. If you come to him with a type rating already, you know, if it's between you and the other guy doesn't have a type rating, he's like, oh, I don't have to spend 30 grand, 40 grand, whatever it is to get you the type rating. I hire you. So I think that's where it normally happens. But generally speaking, companies are going to pay for that because it's such an expense. I mean, if you consider, I mean, I haven't finished my expense report for the company, but you know, with hotel and food, I mean, that's another five or 6 grand. So, you know, coming out of pocket for all that, that's a lot. Let's see. Congrats, check ride worked out. So Gunky gets a new fridge now. Was there a joke about a fridge? I don't remember. Oh, I was gonna buy him a fridge or something, wasn't I? I gotta wait till I get off training pay for that. I'll buy him a fridge. I just flew the captain who was a FO on a 787 with a type and is going to be a captain on a 787. Still have to go through the full training syllabus. Yeah, exactly. Because there's more to it, right, than just pushing buttons and flipping switches. It's, you know, the company policies and things like that. Out of curiosity, what's the failure rate on training you've done, or does pretty much everyone get through? That's an interesting question because I will tell you guys did fail the Challenger course when I went through. Guys failed the Praetor course. Like our class split. We had some guys go Challenger, some guys go Praetor. I know guys failed the Praetor course. You know, when I say fail, they're gonna get recycled. You know, because again, it's an investment type thing. If you got to that point in your career, like you may have just had a bad day or you're having a rough time of transitioning, because certain planes operate differently. Like mechanically they may all be the same, but like well, we'll say, you know, like Schoolio on a 787, or are you on a 787? I can't remember. You know, Boeing's all kind of are the same, but then you go to an Airbus and like the panel might be a little bit different in how it operates and things like that. So what I saw, the guys who failed the Praetor course, I think were having problems with the automation. It wasn't like hand flying, it wasn't understanding how airplanes work, it was the automation. Because if you take like a Boeing versus an Airbus, it's kind of the same as a Challenger versus a Praetor. Their automation is very different. So that's what gave people trouble. Now for our Gulfstream course, no one that I know of failed. All the FlexJet guys passed. Sorry, I don't work at FlexJet. I just meant there were guys there from FlexJet. All those guys passed. I work at FlexJet. And then like the other 3 guys, I'm pretty sure passed as well. But I will tell you, the CAE guys did a really good job of preparing you. Like probably more than any other school I've been to. Like they really covered a lot of subjects over and over. You did a pre-check ride, and they weren't like, you know, they weren't shitty about stuff. You know, sometimes you get guys who are just kind of like, you know, like they're looking for reasons to burn you. All those dudes were good, you know. Because again, there's a sort of like, you wouldn't be there if you weren't ready, I guess is a way of looking at it. But yeah, I mean, people fail, certainly. Or people will fail, like for a company like mine, you know, like I said, just because you get the type ride or the type rating, that's great. Now you have to go out and fly. I think the minimum hours is 25 hours with an instructor. You know, if you go out and have a bad day, okay, that's fine. If you go out and have a couple bad days, guys do that. And then they, you know, they get the boot. So. But at the end of the day, I mean, flying commercials, really easy. Getting to fly commercials is the hard part, right? So for any of you guys who are flying, you know, like Cessnas or whatever, and you're trying to get just know that the stuff you're doing right now is the hardest it will ever be. Doing like chandelles and pylon turns and all this other weird shit, like that stuff, I mean, it's not hard, but that was like the hardest stuff, because it was like, you know, oh, you gotta do this and, you know, be exact and all this. You're never going to do a Chandelle in commercial aviation. So if you can get through, if you can muscle through those first couple of years and build your hours and then actually start working at a job, then you're going to be good. Right, yeah, it's like what sounds like energy management type. I mean, it's neat. Like when you pull one off, you're like, oh, that is kind of cool, but you know, I don't want to do it. Well, I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, Boeing has yoke and Airbus has side stick. So my company is slowly phasing out the 450, which is what I just got typed on, and then going to the 500, which is the new Gulfstream midsize, whatever. It has a side stick, so I guess I'll have to do side stick eventually. I've been resisting it my whole career, but there we are. Hey, what's up, Hammy? How are you? Got your shit finally? Get your desk set up. Side question: I noticed a lot of in real life commercial pilots tend to avoid disclosing which airline they work for. It's just a matter of not wanting complicating social media. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like worried about it. But yeah, I do try to avoid it. Our company doesn't really. Our company's policy really is like, don't share who you're flying. Don't share where you're going with particular customers and particular tails and things like that. I mean, I've posted pictures of my plane, you know, the plane that I've been on. Anyone can figure out like who I work for, but yeah, that's kind of like a, especially these days, with everything, your social media can burn you, which is ridiculous. I just learned there's 40-something colonel selects, meaning colonels waiting to be promoted to general, who are on hold for promotion to general. This is in the Army, because their social media is being scrubbed. Shit like that's stupid. That's horseshit. But anyway, I digress. Don't get me all political, because I'll go there. I remember how tough it was to learn entry into NDB. Yeah, well, NDBs. Exactly. Flight school, I do NDBs. We did a back course in training, ILS back course, and we did an NDB. But again, when you're doing it with like systems like these, it takes a lot of the guesswork. Like an NDB, you can still treat it like a GPS approach. You just have to back it up with a dial. So basically, you just have a dial tuned up for the NDB, but you're following the nav system, because the nav system knows what you should be doing. So you just follow that, and you're just verifying that, yeah, we're still where we should be with relation to the NDB. So it's not like, you know, you're tuned in and you're following the needle. Side stick feels cursed on big planes. Yeah, I don't like the concept of, I don't know what the other guy's doing type stuff, but I don't know, that interior for the 500 looks wild though. It's like, I think it's like everything's computer, like it's all screens or something. It's like iPads. Like someone was telling me it's like basically like large iPads that you can take down. I don't know, but I'm gonna guess in the next 2 years I'm probably gonna have to go to another type rating, which kind of tired of learning airplanes, if I'm being honest. Bigger and nicer house. Excellent. Very good. We need to play Hunt. I haven't played in a while. Probably not tonight. I feel like I'm doing something tonight. I don't know. It's always the trade-off. I'm only home for a few nights. We got a good orbit going on, by the way. We're doing really good. We're doing our pylon turns here. This fancy modern HUD looks, yeah, the HUD is much better than the old F4. That one's just trash. It's like, why even have it? Very cartoony. Touchscreen FMCs. You know, I was watching a video on YouTube the other day. A guy was, you know, he's one of these corporate pilot channels or whatever, and it just popped up because it was a Gulfstream, but it was a Gulfstream 4, and theirs was a touchscreen. Yeah, I'm sort of not a fan of the touchscreen, but you know, if you think about it, how long have you had an iPhone? How long have you had an iPad? Have you ever really had problems with it? Like, I don't think Because I think in our minds we're always worried, like, well, what if the touchscreen stops working? Well, what if the button stops working? You know. So yeah, I don't know. Yep, Vidya games. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I gotta get some hunting, but I also gotta get some, like I said, I gotta film, I gotta do some VR stuff, because they sent me this thing, which admittedly I'm not gonna use that much, so I'll do a couple videos with it, then I'll say, hey, you know, I'll send it to somebody else, because they do loaners. They don't give it to you. They do loaners. Touchscreen sucking cars. Well, you know, I think they were talking about doing touchscreens on Apaches. That I'm not a fan of, because you're getting jostled around. I don't think that's a good thing. Whoa, where are we going there, friend? There is something to be said for a tactile button, like being able to, you know, really touch it and kind of stabilize yourself. I feel like this thing just suddenly went crazy on me. So I can agree with that. All right, we're gonna bomb something. There's a bridge.
Okay.
I love bombing bridges.
Roger. Okay.
Point track and screen for me.
Going to area track. Pinpointing the target. Laser range is valid.
All right, let's drop a bomb. We're gonna drop 2 bombs, I think. Still set up for 2. Whoa, whoa. Easy, girl. What are we doing? Jeez. All right. Abort, abort, abort. Gotta get my control touch back. And yanking and banking in the simulator. I did do an aileron roll with the Gulfstream, and it landed on a way too short runway. That was fun. Way too short. When are they doing the new version of the Phantom? I know they were talking about doing like a naval version. Touchscreen and turbulence sounds like ass. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think, and that's why in a helicopter in particular, like every flight feels like turbulence. Like you're just getting jostled around all the time in a helicopter. So that's why I'm against it for that. All right. Bombs away! Oh, God, I'm so good. Plus, Apache pilots don't wash their hands. Well, that's why you wear gloves. Because your co-pilot's coming on the controls. You don't want to get nav aids. Astronauts precisely work the Dragon touchscreens during launch. But do they? I mean, I don't know shit about it, but do they actually have to do anything during launch, or are they just I mean, my understanding of like launches of shuttles and things is pretty much automated, and people on the ground are kind of handling that part. I always picture it like, you know, launching off the carrier. You know, your hands not on the throttle. You're just like, Jesus, take the wheel. Yeah, that's the female jester, yeah. She did sound like she got something stepped on a few minutes ago, though, for certain. For certain. Man, what? I feel like something's double bound or something. I just, every now and then I'm getting like this weird motion. All right, what do we got here? That's, oh yeah, we got 2 pitches. What is that? Oh, that's this thing. Oh, well, we gotta get rid of that. Might be what it was. Throttle both on there. Okay. And then yeah, that would explain it. Brakes, rudder, pitch, roll. Okay. Yeah, it just felt like every now and then it was doing something funky. I just did recurrent last month, and now we all get to do the oh yeah, the visual 2.9. That's the one that the guy hit the bakery truck. Yeah, that's a big or not a big runway. I've landed on that in the 7.3 and the Challenger. It's fine for the Challenger. 7.3, I mean, I seem to recall it being fairly tight. I don't remember how long that runway is. For me, the 7.3, anything below 6,000 was like, okay, I gotta pay attention to this. I think the approach on that is just kind of funky. But I landed, I don't know if you've ever been to John Wayne, Orange County. We always land on the right runway. We landed on the left, like the little Cessna runway. And I had like 1,000 feet to spare. It was awesome. I put it right on the numbers. They're doing an early 80s variant, and then some point they'll do a Navy Phantom. That probably won't be for a few years. Okay, I'll have to ask them. I'm also screwing myself up because I see my screen. In fact, I'm gonna make this smaller so it doesn't confuse me as much. Phantom versus new Tomcat. Your thoughts, fun-wise, not nice. I mean, I think ultimately the Tomcat, only because you can do carrier stuff. I appreciate being able to do the carrier stuff. I think that's cool. What's happening? There we go. So I think that adds a little bit of joy for people, for players. But I do like, I mean, I like the Phantom a lot. We have a Phantom mission we're gonna do tomorrow night. Maybe I'll do it in VR. Blech. Are HMDs a thing in commercial aviation? HMDs like an Apache HMD? I don't think so. I've never seen anything like that. Nav aids. So I got that. So when I was in flight school, this was 2000, late 03, early 04. I was in instrument phase at Rucker in the Army, and I had a guest IP, meaning as an instructor that normally wasn't with our group, but he came in to fill a slot. So I had this guy come in. He was a black guy, and we get in, and that'll be relevant later. I'm not saying, oh, he's a black guy, you know, a black pilot. I was just saying it'll make sense here in a minute. Anyway, so we get in the cockpit or whatever, and you know, and he's super nice, and he's like, so why do we wear gloves when we fly? And I was like, well, for, you know, safety in case there's a fire. He goes, no. He's like, it's because your co-pilot keeps coming on the controls. Yeah, because like, yeah, I'm gonna come on the controls. And he's like, that way you don't get nav aids. I was like, okay, here we go. But then at the end, we get done, and he hands me a black-eyed pea, like an uncooked black-eyed pea, and he goes, here you go. You just flew with the black-eyed pea. And I was like, this guy's funny. I think he's probably like the only black IP, so he probably just owned it. It's good for him. He was cool. How are you liking the upgraded Tomcat? Yep, I like it a lot. I think it's good. I think it's more my speed because it drops bombs and does a little air-to-air. If you listen, I had shoot, his name's escaping me. Right on tip of my tongue. He was on my podcast. He was an A6 driver, and then went to the Tomcat. And it's funny because the A6 is an amazing aircraft, and the things that he told me about was like, wow, that's you know, like I can't imagine flying like that. But he always wanted to do air to air, so he didn't like being in the A6. Well, then he eventually the A6 got phased out, and he went to the Tomcat. And he's like, finally, I'm an air to air guy, and that's when the Tomcat started doing air to ground. So he got sucked into the air to ground world again. But yeah, it's more my speed. I mean, I dare say this is the closest we're gonna have to a Strike Eagle when the Strike Eagle finally dies. I mean, I guess you could say the F-18, but I don't consider the F-18 a real airplane. It's too OP for everything. It's not that short, 6,800, I think. Yeah, I don't think it's that short. I think it's that approach, that visual, that stadium visual that makes it funky. And I guess if you're not used to it, I don't know what 6,800 is for a 767. I'm guessing it's a little short. But I'm still trying to figure out. I haven't heard anything about why they didn't know they were below glide slope. Those guys. Yeah, John Wayne is sporty. I mean, it's fine for us. I don't remember how long that runway is, but I've never worried about it. But that tiny runway, yeah, that was. I would never do that in real life unless it was an emergency. But anyway, pretty sure the DMS comes through with the HUD and things like CCIP bombing. That'll be good because I don't like using the bomb tables. It's not my jam. What do you have against VR? It makes me sick. That's what. This one's really good. I mean, I got it dialed in, which I think is my other problem. Like, I would not have been able to dial it in on my own. I have a friend who is really smart on that stuff, and he spent like 20-30 minutes with me on the phone and working through stuff. So, I mean, I was getting really good frames with it. It looks really good. But, you know, hooking it up, you know, it just like messes with my audio. And then, of course, trying to film with it it takes a little bit of work on the backside. Because if you ever watch somebody's, you know, playing VR, their content, you know, they're like this, right? Like everything's because it's picking one eye, you know. And mine is always a little bit cockeyed. I don't know why. Maybe I have a misshapen head or something. So I have to go in there and kind of like rotate the screen a little bit. Or I choose to. I don't have to. But I don't know. It's just. And it does kind of make me icky. Like, even the real sim, like, when I'm at... It's funny. My partner and I, we're both going to the same airplane. We're on the same team. We both were like, I get so sick when we taxi. Like, in the air, it's fine. Moving around, all that stuff, it doesn't bother me. At the moment we're on the ground and we're taxiing and you, like, turn or something. So, like if I was getting ready to do, like, a big turn, I'd be like, close your eyes. Like, so, just that motion on the ground just feels... Yeah, I don't like it. It will still have the red gun sight. It will have CCIP though. Okay. I'll have to shoot them a note and ask them what their plan is for that. I did ask them a while back about the A6 and they said they were working on it, but it's a ways out. Understandable. Why this is up here. Alright, what are we doing? I don't think we have any bombs on board. That's the one thing I don't like about it. It only carries like a couple bombs. Strike Eagle is love. That's my jam. I enjoy the Strike Eagle much better. But I'm afraid to touch it because I don't want to be sad. Well, how much gasoline do I have? Where's my gas gauge? I don't remember. Oh, here it is. Oh, we got a lot of gas. I think I have a carrier up to the north, but it's pretty far. Let me look. Which way am I going? I'm going the wrong way. All those idiot circles screwed up my brain. Just start heading north. And we'll take a look. Let's see, where the fuck am I? Don't touch. Oh, that's pretty far. It's fine. We're talking. I actually flew over this area I think somebody asked me a question earlier if I'd landed in Farm Bureau, whatever. I have not. The only places I've landed in Europe is I guess Iceland's technically Europe, right? Keflavik, Dublin, and whatever that place was in Czech Republic. But anyway, I flew over this area because I recognized it, because this is where I do all the Phantom campaigns. The Phantom campaigns are all in this area. So I remember like looking on the map, I was like, oh, I know, and I looked down, I was like, yeah, there's the river, and blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of cool. It's funny to fly in Europe, though, because it's so small. Like, comparatively. Like, if you cross, you know, the U.S., you do a transcon, it's, you know, it's 5 to 6 hours of your life. And I remember, like, showing, like, there's England, we flew over England, and, like, oh, there's Normandy Beach, I can see Normandy from here. And then like 10 minutes later, it's like, oh, we're past England now we're in France. Like it just, you know, in your mind, Europe's bigger than it is. So that's kind of interesting. I can only fly with VR if I'm not tired at all. Unfortunately, it means nearly always a little tired. Yeah, I just can't do it as long. The problem with VR, I can't fly nearly as long. And of course, I definitely can't stream with it because I wouldn't be able to see comment. Like, I don't know how Mover does it. I mean, I guess there's a way you can set up comments, but I don't. Let's go higher. Our fuel burn will be better. You gotta get in the F-16. I mean, I have the F-16. I bought it day one, mainly because I just love the canopy. But I don't know, for some reason I just couldn't get into it beyond a cursory level. Too many airplanes. Casmo's IR clip is the fuck, I just said it a few minutes ago. Track IR. Track star. That's what it is. Track IR. Track star. We'll go higher. That'll save us some fuel. Shame about the situation with Strike Eagle. Hopefully a resolution. Yeah, it's incredibly disappointing. Very disappointing. Very irritating. Because that was such a solid module, and it's so simple. Like it's just easy to use, you know. I think this carrier's got a TACAN going. Let's is it, don't tell me. Radio, whoops. No, not that. Where the fuck is the TACAN? You know what? Hang on. Go out of air to ground mode. I think that changes some of the options. Gotta be here.
You got it?
No, okay. That's not what I meant. Oh well, I've forgotten. It was south of Prague. It's a little nothing airport. I don't even think it had a tower. But it starts with a B. But juicy or something like that. It was really cool. To be fair, France and England. No, I get it. I know that. I know. I'm not saying like it's like I've solved some sort of riddle. I just mean it's just interesting in your head when you see it for real life. You're like, wow, you know, everything's so close. Hello, John Bloor. No, I don't. It's not. It wasn't. It was. Can you do it up front? Maybe that's what I'm screwing up. Maybe it is done up front. I don't remember. That is to say, I don't think I've ever done it. I know TACAN's right here, but I don't know how to tune said TACAN. Oh, here it is, TACAN. Jesus, I don't even know what I'm looking at here. The fuck kind of gauge is this? Oh, it'll only do 101 through 109? Is that for real? Still flying? Okay. Huh. That's interesting. Am I reading that right? It'll only, I mean, 1 and 0 can't be moved. I don't see any way to move those unless I'm missing something. There's a little roller wheel. Sure there is, John. Okay, there it is. Never mind. All right. Fine. Fine. You were right. That's good. All right, so now what? I'm pretty sure I tuned one up. I could be wrong. So we're on TACAN. What else do I gotta do? I may not have it tuned up. I don't know. I thought I did, but he's somewhere out here. Either we'll find him or we won't. You found it. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I honestly, I don't even know what I clicked. Wow, yeah, that's crazy. That's like they don't want you to find it. On the very far left and back panel where the wheel was, TACAN command set it from EGI to TACAN by pressing it. Okay. Back. I said very far left. I don't see it. Oh god. Oh. Oh. Roger that. Alright. Now where would it show up? I see it says TACAN. He may not have it on. I may be totally wrong. I don't remember. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I'm 30 seconds ahead of you guys. I'm in the future. You don't even know. I don't even know what's going on. What is that? Is that Helgoland? There's an island somewhere in the North Sea that used to be a German submarine base. I went there with my grandparents once when I was a kid, and everyone threw up on the boat because the North Sea is gross. You know what I can do? Well, I don't have the frequency. I was gonna say I could call the carrier and tell them to give me vectors, but I was not planning to do this, so we're off script right now. But we're learning. We learned about the TACAN. We learned about the little hidden wheel. We learned about TACAN command. All out a success. And we dropped bombs and blew shit up. I just want to see if we can find it. Well, because I'm scrolling. I scroll through the past. Okay? Don't listen to me. Don't question my time travel, alright? You don't get to do that. This is my time travel. You boys see an aircraft carrier out here? I don't. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't remember where I put them anyway. We'll just spawn up. And some. I gotta do some phantom stuff. Oh, why am I being messaged? No trouble. Oh. Let's take a look. Let's see if I did set up the TACAN. I'm curious now. I thought I did. Or it was like already set up. Oh, he's way out there. We weren't far enough out. In my head, he was somewhere here, but he was way out here. TACAN. Oh no, okay, totally wrong channel. That was when I was messing with the other map. That's what's happening. Okay. Oh wait, no, I've got two what? What is happening? I had two TACANs running. Okay, cool. You, sir, be on the ship. And you have stuff. Okay, cool. Whatever. Whatever. Doctor Who. Woo. I could never really get into that show. It wasn't my jam. Oh man. Oh, I can't wait to go fly again. It's been a long time. I miss it. I say that, then I'm gonna go out there and just get slam dunked and be like, I don't miss this shit at all. Feast or famine. Yeah, it was a bit cheap, wasn't it? Alright. Don't fucking judge me. Don't at me about this. I'm gonna be terrible at it. Not my jam. Way too many guys here. I know you're telling me to go to the right, but that doesn't feel right, so I'm gonna just do my own thing. How about that? Just like I do in real life. Close enough. Red Dwarf. I did like Red Dwarf. You know, it was also cheap as shit. Where's that stupid thing at? There it is. Kneel before Zod. Oh yeah, they just like scoot you up. No, it'll be cool with the if yeah, when they get a naval F4, that'll be awesome. All right. Where's my trim at again? Oh yeah, there we go. Look at me, I'm important. Here we go, I'm very nervous. Climb, motherfucker. Not enough trim. I put some in, but it was not a copious amount. Yeah, totally. F4, A6. Keep the Vietnam out. I don't even care. Just give me those and a time, you know, a carrier of that time period, and then we're rocking and rolling. What is my gear still down? Bitch, I fucking told you to go up. Ridiculous. I did master reset the wings. We've learned our lessons. Oh yeah, I used to watch Red Dwarf when I was a kid. It would come on it'd be on late at night, like on Saturdays, on some shitty channel like that was very staticky, like it was rough. It was hard to watch. Yeah, I love Red Dwarf. I read the books too. It's good stuff. Oh, is the 4 still the right era? Okay. I didn't know. Why? Why do we have that? For what? They just did it for fun? Oh, where cat goes to take a shit and it came up. Oh, did it? Did it? Okay. I didn't know. That's cool. I don't keep up with the little details. The DCS details. I feel like something else is wrong. Where are we? Whoa, whoa, friend, where the fuck are we going? I did not do that. That was not my control input. What is happening right now? Hang on a second. Why is this not mapped? Flaps down. Flaps up. Something's not right. Something jammed up or some shit. Yeah, flaps. Oh, okay. That was weird. Huh. Anyway. Yeah, well, that's the thing. They weren't even mapped. So I don't know how... Oh, I guess they were down, and I thought I brought them up, but for some reason they weren't mapped anymore. That's strange. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Whatever, I ain't paying for it. They're good now. I have way too much gas to land. I guess I should do some F4 stuff. Do they auto sequence up above 200 knots? Oh, that's good. But then they won't come back down. Let's find out. We will find out together. I don't know what safe flap speed is for this thing. We'll go with 200. See if anything happens. I hear him. Oops. Well, they want to, but they don't. So be it, Jedi. Alright, let's do some... I'm not fucked. I'd land that thing hard. Easy. Easily done, but I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do something else. You don't even know how, like, you don't even know how easy I do it. Fucking just slam dunk it. Slam dunk it. Let's do some phantom shizzle. I gotta get warmed up. I gotta do air to air. We're gonna do an air to air mission. It's not my jam. Not my jam. We had to do flaps up. We have to do flaps up landings for our type ride too. That's always fun. You just can't let it float. That's the problem. You just gotta like accept that you're gonna have a hard landing. Totally, you have no idea. Epic level Chad. I'm just proud I went running this morning and I didn't trip. I'm still scarred. My hand is still a little raw from that. Alright. Oh. This is a more robust mission, so I've got stuff I can actually do. There's some spawnable jets. MiGs and the like. What time is it? 12:30. Oh. I have a meeting at 2. Don't let me forget. I kind of want to play IL-2 Korea, but only because career mode. That's the only thing I like about it. Oops. That's not what I... Fuck is this? Here. Alright. Oh, are they gonna have is that a thing? Are you making that up, or is that gonna be a thing? A Navy DLC for IL-2 Korea? Is that the Panther? F9F? That would be cool. They just gotta... I don't know. I say they gotta. They never will. Whoa, Nelly. The AI is just too much. Like, I was landing the other day in my little career, my whole squadron were coming back. And it's like, I'm trying to land, and they're all up in my business, you know? Because they don't know that I'm trying to land. And I don't see a control that lets me tell them I'm trying to land. Maybe it is. I haven't explored the studio space all that much, but, maybe there is. Alright, we're gonna set up to jettison our tanks if and when necessary. We are master armed. The missiles are spun up. We've got 3 of them. And then we've got our winders of side. Yeah, we're just gonna climb because I know they're gonna spawn in earlier, higher. Let's see. Other will launch a pair of MiG-21s. How about that?
Alright, next turn point is in. And, oh, nails. 12 o'clock. Heads up, nails. 12 o'clock.
Roger that. Helicopter DLC. New Tomcat, you can only jettison tanks from the back seat. Is that true? I guess I haven't looked. I mean, I don't care about that as long as there's like a hotkey. Is there a hotkey where I could be like, I just told Jester to jettison the tanks? That's what I need.
Back to standard scan pattern.
I'm terrible with Jester. This is the problem with the Phantom. Like, I'm okay with fighting it, but I always forget which button I'm supposed to push as far as like with Jester on the radar and all that jazz. Especially when you get into the knife fight. I get flummoxed. 360 at 29. Oh yeah, we gotta get higher.
Field 1, Overlord 1-1, Rob 0006, 460 at 27,000 knots.
Yeah, things like that. I think the answer is they have to make it hotkeyable, and maybe they will over time. You know, I don't know, but yeah, it's interesting. I didn't know that. Glad you told me. I'd probably try to figure that out eventually and be frustrated. All right, we're at 29. That's good. Losing some airspeed.
Returning to regular scan.
012.
Mud, 6 o'clock. SA2.
There's an SA2 way out there, which sucks because sometimes I get in these protracted gunfights and then I run out of gas and I need somewhere to land. There's an airfield right over there and he's just inside the SAM range, so I'm trying to land and I got fucking SAMs coming out my ass.
Returning to regular scan.
Dude, do your job. I can see the fucker. It's right there.
Okay, that's a new bogey.
Oh,
Left
he's close.
15, 22
Oh, shit.
miles.
How do you get so close?
28,000. Copy that.
Whoa.
Copy. He's not giving me an IFF response. That's
there
got to
he
be
is,
a
right there.
bandit.
Man, something feels janky, dude.
Okay.
Fuck his ass up, dude. My brother in Christ.
Roger.
What are you doing? Oh my god.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Got him
Christ.
locked. 1001, 1002, 1003,
Oh, God, what's up,
1004. Shoot.
I'm pretty sure I shot. Where'd my missile go? Give me that missile.
We have a bandit. Fish bed. 12 o'clock. 2 miles. He's at our 1 o'clock.
Something just doesn't feel right. Look, what is that? Hold on. That thing fucking... Huh? I feel like my track, whatchamacallit is just a little off for some reason. Alright, whatever. Oh shit, where'd he go? Whatever. Oh. Just feel very floppy. I bet it's because my Moza didn't auto whatever the fuck. It's supposed to auto change to a different plane. And it just doesn't feel as tight as it normally does, so I'm kind of a little wobbly. I'll double check here in a second. Where this guy went. He's probably right behind me. He's gonna fucking shoot me. Shoot me in the balls. Stand up. Oh, brother, where art thou?
He's at our 3 o'clock.
Is he? Oh, there he is.
He's at our 5 o'clock. He's at our 3 o'clock.
Ugh. There he is. Down on the deck. Nowhere to hide. Not looking good.
Three o'clock now. He's at our 4 o'clock.
I know. We're both gonna run out of fuel. That's usually what happens. I don't dogfight good. Plus, again, I just it feels very sloppy. Like, normally the Phantom's pretty tight. Check my settings after I run out of gas. Fuck, where did he go? Oh, shit. Like, I'm having to put a lot of throw in just to do that. Doesn't seem right. I'm gonna try and build up some speed. Now he's gonna zap me. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Okay,
oh, fuck it. I saw it.
Uh,
Alright, let me check this Moser real quick. Something just doesn't feel right. Moser. Nope, it's on there. Why does it feel that way? Try again. Guess it's just me. You can hear it jittering. It's like... Everyone knows this is not my bag. I'm not a air-to-air guy at all. Thank you, Professor. Good to be back. Let me just... This thing's settled. I want to check again. Just to be sure. Access. Okay, there's nothing on that, nothing on that. That's all good. Throttle, that should be good. Okay, alright. Actually, let me get back to Moser real quick. The right one? I have like multiple profiles, so make sure it's the right one. Alright, here we go. Fuck it. Alright, we'll dogfight like this. How about that? Whoa! There we go. We'll just launch one.
Oh, I got nails on our nose, 12 o'clock.
I don't know, maybe I've been playing Korea a little bit too much. I just feel like I'm putting a lot of wobble in here. I'm messing with the spring and Mosul here. Alright, anyway. They are ancient. Ancient aliens. Like that, like what the fuck? Like I barely touched the pedals and all of a sudden we were like wobbling. I don't know, just something just, it may just be me, I don't know, it's been a while since I've played. Like I said, I've been playing a lot of, I say a lot, I've been playing more IL-2 than I have DCS since I got back. In fact, I don't think I did any, I think I flew the Tomcat for like 10 minutes when I got back, and that was about it. It may just be my control touch is skewed.
All right, scanning the sky again.
There he is. I see him. I saw him. Yeah. I mean, I have a saved profile, so it's loaded. So it leaves no other alternative than it's me. I'm just a trash pilot today. Totally possible. But it felt weird in the turn. Like usually when I'm in like a turn like that with the Phantom, I can really like feel it. I wasn't feeling it.
All right, returning to standard scan. Mud, 7 o'clock, SA2.
There he is, right there. I see him. Do your job.
Unable. Got a new bogey. Right,
yeah,
524 miles, 23,500. Locking bogey, right 522 miles. Got a good lock.
Where you is? I think it was 23.5. There he is. There's my missile. Okay. Well, we got that one.
We have a bandit. Fish bed. 12 o'clock. 1 mile. Damn it, he broke the lock. Back to standard scan pattern. Bandit is down.
He broke the lock because we eliminated him. Let's see. We can launch a barrage. See what happens.
Nails, 11 o'clock. And nails, 11 o'clock.
Oh, no.
Returning to regular scan. Okay, that's a new bogey. Right 15 degrees, 29 miles, 20,500. Locking bogey, right 5, 28 miles. Yes, sir. Okay, got a good lock.
I read that in Vietnam, because they had really the rules for shooting stuff, they had to positively ID. So what they would do is have like one aircraft like 5 or 10 miles ahead of the other guy. They would lock up the bogey or whatever. The first guy would close with it, confirm that it's bad, and then the second guy would shoot it. Seems like a hell of a way to do business. Where are you? Merged.
We have a bandit. Mirage. 1 o'clock. 4 miles.
Oh. Miles. Where? I don't see him. Is there 2 of them? Pretty sure I only launched 1. There he is. Another one?
I lost lock. Okay, going back to regular scan
Come on,
pattern.
brother. Can't be doing that. Oh shit. Here we go. Oh fuck, there is another one. There must be. Oh, I see him. I swear I said to launch 1. What? They tricked me. Let's see. Let me get caught up on the chat. Always hit your Fox ones, absolutely. Happens first guy in peril also. Yeah, exactly. It definitely puts the first guy in a pickle to do it that way. That's fucked up. I told it to launch 1 guy. I don't know why it launched 2. That's strange. I must have something wrong with my triggers. You gotta trust your backseater, I guess. He tried to warn me. I just didn't see him. I mean, I believed him, but I just didn't see him. And then I saw the other guy, and I was like, okay, well, that must be it. Let's see. As far as I know, TCS, I forgot the camera system. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's wild to read like the stories of that time period of those guys just launching and just doing those sweeps and stuff. I think there was a good series, I think it was on the History Channel, where they did like dog fights in history or something. I don't remember what it was called. That was pretty good. The egg maneuver, because the lead guy would climb up and do an egg-shaped loop. Like a... Okay. Get out of the way of the wingman, then come down on the bandit's tail. That's cool. Fascinating. All that stuff is fascinating. It also helps when you have like GCI or something like that. Telling you things. Oh, alright, let's advance time. Let's sit here. I always think of dogfighting as kind of like in the army you do combatives, and they'd be like, really the goal of combatives is to just not die and hold this other guy off long enough for your buddy to come and shoot him in the back or stab him or whatever. Which is why I suck at 1v1s, because I can just I can hold the guy's attention. Alright, that said launch Mirage. I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna see how many launch.
Returning to regular
So
scan.
curious.
We've got nails 1 o'clock and nails 1 o'clock.
That's 2, isn't it? Son of a bitch. Deceived by my own creation. They're doing like pincer maneuvers and shit on me. Alright, they're at 19, I'm at 22. That's good. I like that. Ooh, I like that better.
Mud, 7 o'clock. SA2. Okay, back to normal scan.
Lock him up, Jester. Alright, we're armed. Missiles are ready. Drop tanks ready. Gun is armed. Not that I can hit a goddamn thing with the gun. There's one. I see him. There, friendo.
I see a new bogey. Left 5, 37 miles, 24,000.
Yep. Lock his ass up. Let's go.
Locking bandit, left 5, 35 miles. Good luck.
Alright. So, what's the range? She's about 30 miles ish. His other buddy's off to the right. Alright. We will commit. And we'll go to the right missile. How about that? Like he's trying to come off to the left. My left. He's still going left. His buddy's fucking working in closer is what's happening. He's trying to drag me away. I don't know.
Alright, focusing on your guy. Returning to regular scan.
Let me take a chance.
Surprise! Target's a bandit. Roger.
Grab his ass. Let's go.
Alright, focusing on your guy.
Oh, that's the wrong dude. Wrong dude.
Okay, back to normal scan.
There he is. Right there.
Roger.
Fuck.
Okay.
Close.
Okay, he's 5 o'clock now. 5 o'clock now.
I think we made the right choice. Just didn't work out with Jester's skills.
No can do, boss.
Oh, fuck.
He's at our 7 o'clock.
Something doesn't feel right and it's driving me nuts.
$12 o'clock high. 12 o'clock high now.
Where? these motherfuckers like change color.
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock now.
Oh, good. Oh shit. Oh shit. Whoa, that was close.
He's at our 10 o'clock high.
Where are my fucking
5 o'clock now. 5 o'clock
flares
now.
launching? Oh, there they go. Come on. Ugh. Why am I not getting... God damn it.
He's on our 12. Ain't gonna get better than that. He's at our 11 o'clock.
Oh, fuck, here we go. Oh boy.
He's at our 6 o'clock. Shoot him, he's right there. Seven o'clock now.
Nearly. Motherfucker. There it is.
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock now. He's at our 1 o'clock. He's at our 5 o'clock.
Oh, something just doesn't feel right. It's
He's at our 9
driving me
o'clock.
nuts. Like my stick just feels like a wet noodle. It doesn't feel normal.
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock now. He's at our 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock now.
Oh. And DCS decided that is enough. That was enough for you, sir. Extend the wings? I don't think you can do that with the F4. I could be wrong. The true DCS experience. I had him right where I wanted him. He was right there. And now my Moses lost its mind. It's just sitting here just wiggling like crazy. Turn it off. It's stuck on the telemetry. It's just sitting there just blah, blah, blah. Well, that worked out really cool.
He's all over the place. 900 feet up to 1,300 feet. What an asshole.
Nah, we switched to the F4 there because we have a mission to do. Turn this bitch back on. Yeah, I don't know, I'm about to play with it. I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses because I'm shitty and I know that and I fully admit it, but I just felt very loose and I don't really know why. Let me pull up Moses. I don't know what's up with my screens either. I'm falling apart here, people. I'm falling apart. That's correct. Yeah, I don't know. Phantom. I have Phantom. Let's see. Phantom. See, I have a couple, but this is the newest one, so that tells me that's the right one. But just did not feel like normal. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go back in DCS. We'll go back into there. They added electronic warfare. DCS about to be jammed. It's 1 o'clock. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna take off from the ground and just fly around for a minute and see if it feels. So one thing I have noticed is when I air start, I need to put the speed up because you sort of air start and you're like stalling out. But that's how it felt the whole way. Like it's just something I can't explain it. Cannot explain it. We'll start from the ground. Back's killing me. Yes. Yes. No, it just felt sloppy. I don't know. I did check the brakes and everything at one point. We'll start here on the ground. I mean, I know there was a DCS update, so maybe things aren't right. But again, since I've flown DCS, I did the Gulfstream stuff and playing IL-2, so it could also just very much be my my control touch. It's all jacked up. Toots. When the stab og stuff turns off. I don't even know how to turn that off. Where's that at? That's how it felt. Like it felt just sloppy. Stab og. Okay. Well, I don't know.
Alrighty, let's go flying, buddy.
Okay, friend. I don't like the nozzle steering where you have to like push the button. That screws me up. I think you could set it so you don't have to do it that way. Alright, flaps appear to be working. I can hear it clicking. I don't remember where the button's at.
Hey, we planning to hit the deck on this one?
Oh, that's weird.
Music to my ears.
That shows
Hello,
up on my
we
little
don't.
screen,
Oh,
too.
great. Might need the crew chief to remove the seat cushion from my asshole.
Whoa, language. What was that? The language is wrong. See, like right now, hang on. Something definitely is off because this stick should not feel like this right now. It should not be. Okay, hold on. We're on to something. Oh, see, my screen is fucked up again. Why didn't you guys tell me? Hang on, let me do this.
I'm gonna send you up against the best.
I'm changing the Moza profile right now. It's not the game. It's some sort of telemetry issue. That's what's happening. Because I'm changing the profile here. You guys can't see that, but I am. Because like right now, the stick should be a wet noodle because there's no. I mean, actually, it should push forward from the weight of it, and then as I increase speed, the control surfaces are going to get airflow over them, and then they come back. And I'm not feeling that, so something doesn't feel right. Let's see, hang on. Hang on, let's see. There was a big Moza update. I wonder if it fucked up some of the settings too. Stick shaker, main wing. There's a few things turned off in here that I'm double checking. Food buffet, speed brakes. Spoilers, atmospheric effects. Excuse me. Okay. This kind of irritates me because I felt like I had it really dialed in. It was really good, and now I'm not loving it. Where the fuck
Engine's good. Airspeed's coming alive.
Why are we going sideways?
80 knots. 100 knots.
What's happening right now? Get up. Get up. Get up.
Nails, 7 o'clock. Gears moving. Gear up. Flaps up.
Fucking pitch trim isn't doing anything. What is happening right now? Look at this. I've got full. This doesn't feel right. What is happening right now? Now I'm getting weird pressure from the left. Yeah, something's not right here, boys. Something is not right. Oh, I bet you this is the one. Hold on, I bet I figured it out. Maybe. This happens every now and then with the Moza. It starts to fuck up the let me pull up the screen. It has nothing to do with the game. It's zero to do with the game, so stop talking about this. Talk about it. All right, it's in here. Hardware trim mode. It's this fucking thing, and I don't know why this happens. I was telling somebody about this the other day too, because they got it, and I was like warning them about this, and I think it happens with a software update, but it starts acting crazy. I'm gonna start this over again. Because as I was hitting the trimmer, you could feel, you're supposed to be able to feel the stick moving, like it gets trimmed in. And it wasn't doing that. So that was my first indication that something was amiss. That and the stick not like just falling forward like it just did. See, this is right. I know you guys can't see what's happening in my lap, thankfully, but the stick is just flopping forward because the hydraulics or whatever, and then as you increase speed, it should pull back in your lap because the control surfaces are moving stuff. That is what is happening. Whoa, that's way too much. Okay, I don't know what just happened there. Maybe that does happen. I've never tried it on the ground, but I tried to trim it and it just flew back into my lap. But it's actually moving on its own. Now we're cooking. Okay. See, all those dogfights I did don't count. They were all wrong.
Just remember your training. We got this.
It wasn't my fault. Those would all been wins. So this feels better. Alright. So now...
So we planning to go downtown on this one?
Thanks for the follow. No, stop talking to me.
Roger that.
Alright, now as I increase speed, I should feel the stick come back into my lap. And that'll be a good thing. Whoa. Too aggressive on the feet. I gotta tighten that damper, I think. Alright, here we go. Alright. Nope, come on. Nope, okay.
Engine's good, airspeed off the peg.
Stick is shaking, that's good.
80
That's
knots.
what we want.
100 knots. I feel like flying.
That's something's fucked up there. That trim's way too far now.
Oh, I'm showing nails 11 o'clock. Gears moving.
Alright, it's definitely trimming correctly though.
Gear up. Flaps up.
Now, all I'm doing is moving the trimmer switch and you can see the stick is moving on its own. I'm not pulling that back. It wasn't doing that before. And see now, okay, when I do a turn, I got some tension in there. I'm pulling back, I've got more tension. Like I was having tension, but not nearly what I'm used to. Like I'm really having to pull it back
9
right
o'clock,
now.
we've got mud. 9 o'clock. SA2.
Like that's what we want. I'm at a pretty slow speed, but let me get some speed up. That's what was throwing me off, man. And this happens every now and then. I don't know why, other than it's just, it must be some sort of update thing that happens with Moza, but it just kicks you out of that trim mode, which seems to have some sort of cascading effect. Yeah, this feels fucking good, because like I'm pulling, like I have like real tension on the stick right now, and it's not sloppy. Like before there was a little bit of tension, but it was almost like this sloppiness. Because it really helps you, because you don't need to, you can just kind of feel when you're right at the edge. You know, I know you've got the beeps and the boops and everything, but you can also just kind of feel it. Like if I pull really hard, I'll just snap the wings here. Feel it. I'm not going fast enough. Yeah, Moza works with the Apache. I mean, it works with all of them. So the way that it works, like it works with IL-2 Korea, even though it doesn't have a way to select Korea yet. I guess it's just too new. It'll work for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think the way my understanding is like certain games like DCS have integrated force feedback, so it talks and tells it what it should be doing, and then it's got a telemetry mode for games that don't have force feedback, and it sort of like looks at what you're doing and then kind of interprets what should be happening. And again, you can go into the I'll bring it up here. You can go in here and change all of this stuff. Like this wasn't this high. I was kind of messing with it, trying to figure out what was wrong. But these are all the see, it's got telemetry integrated and direct. I think you want integrated with DCS. Let's see, panel setting. This is like lights and all this bullshit. Advanced setting. I've never really messed with anything in here. It's like curves, I guess. So here's telemetry. If you have this screen up while you're playing, you'll see all the things that are active that are happening. So like if you start to stall, then the little stall buffer, you know, whatever you've got selected for that, where's that at? There was something about stalls. like the stall shaker, stick shaker. It'll pop up here. So you'll see in real time all the telemetry that it's reading. So that's cool. Axis try. I don't mess with this either. But this is what was getting me, is this hardware trim. This was clicked off. So this says hardware trim mode allows users to move base trim center directly using buttons on the control stick. This function provides trim support for games that do not natively support force feedback. And then you've got hardware mode and direct input mode. And I feel like I've set this up both ways, and then it just gets turned off. I honestly don't know what the right answer is. It says here, in direct input mode, the spring force balance point of the base will follow the spring force offset output by the game. The base spring's force will not conflict with the spring force output by the game. Oh, cool. You know, I don't know what the fuck. And in hardware is where you can actually map the actual buttons that you want to do it. And I did this way before and it worked. And then now I was trying to do it and it's not working at all. So I don't fully understand the magic of what works. But yeah, so there's a ton of things that you can set. Where's the here's the telemetry. Like I said, the telemetry. So I know it's hard to read on the screen, but there's a million things. So you've got pilot feel, wing, weapon system control. Like weapon systems, you can have it, you know, for the gun vibration. You know, when I did my video, I cranked that up to the top and did the A10, and I mean, it just, the whole desk was just weapons release, all this stuff you can kind of mess with, control surfaces. But if you go through here, sometimes things will be clicked off. Like, I don't want the nose wheel shimmy, but things will be clicked off that you didn't have clicked off, and you have to save it up here. And then you see how it says auto. That means that if I jump into another plane and I jump back in the Phantom, it should automatically change to these. What I have found that consistently happens is it doesn't auto. Like, there'll be a line through it, like it doesn't want you to auto anymore. It's very confusing. There's some sort of software issue that they're having with. So it's just one of those things you have to pay attention to, I guess, is the comment. It's a great system. I like it, and I really like this this FMP. Well, I can't do anything because the game's running, but the little screens thing that I did the video for, I really like those because it just worked. Like, I was just amazed at how simply it worked. But anyway, man, F is a simple trim hat trigger compared to stage 6. Let's see, did I miss anything? Yeah, so there you go. But I think that's what we were running into here, because this feels much more like what I was used to, because there should be resistance right here, and that's what I'm feeling. Honestly, I kind of like that stiffer spring now that I'm thinking about it. And you'll just go in here, you know, and just find your sweet spot and save it as a profile, and hope and pray that they don't get deleted. But like, I feel like right now I have much better control in this tight turn down low. Like before, I was kind of wobbling all around and I just couldn't understand it. But this is a lot better. I'm actually wiggling the stick quite a bit, nothing's happening, so I like that, because I'm a wiggler. Whoa. Alright, well, we solved that problem. Yeah, it looks more stable, right? I'm not as worse as a pilot as you may think I am. I've never crashed, so in real life. I'm not that terrible. That was making me feel really bad. And we're kind of slow right now, so we're gonna be a little mushy. And we're loaded with all the bombs. Anyway, that's enough. I gotta get ready for this meeting, so I will close it down there. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me, and yeah, hopefully we'll do some of the IL-2 campaign stuff, because I think that's what's gonna save that game, because otherwise I'm not too impressed with it. I mean, visually it's nice, you know, but just as a normal gameplay, I'm not digging it. But I think that campaign's pretty interesting. It's pretty nostalgia, you know, inducing. G'day, would you ever do an emotion platform? No, I would never. One, I would have to completely redesign like my whole, you know, my whole setup. I know people that have that. I think that's probably too much for me. Like I do other things with this computer. Like I guess if I just had a solely DCS rig, then that would be something. But it seems like a little bit too much. Probably make me sick. Probably make me throw up. I can barely even tolerate VR. Anyway, all right. Well, thanks guys. Thanks for hanging out, and hopefully we'll see you maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Be good.